Before empires ruled the world, a single child was born to change history forever.
In 356 BC, Alexander was born into power, prophecy, and ambition.
You are the son of Zeus, destined to rule the world.
Alexander was trained not just to rule, but to surpass legends.
Even as a boy, Alexander dreamed of glory beyond Greece.
Alexander saw what others could not. The horse feared its own shadow.
He turned the horse toward the sun and conquered it without force. Persepolis would carry Alexander across the path of destiny.
At just 20 years old, Alexander became king of Macedon. Many believed the young king would fall within months.
Alexander answered doubt with speed, steel, and fear.
The city of Thebes chose defiance and paid in blood.
Alexander erased Thebes to send a message to all of Greece.
Greece bowed, and Alexander turned his eyes toward Persia. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed into Asia with a small but fearless army.
Across the sea waited the greatest empire the world had ever known.
Alexander met Persia for the first time at the river Granicus. Ignoring danger, Alexander led the charge himself.
Victory at Granicus proved Persia could bleed. News of defeat forced the Persian king Darius to face Alexander himself.
The two armies met at Issus, trapped between mountains and sea.
Alexander struck the Persian center with deadly precision. For the first time, a great king of Persia fled the battlefield.
Alexander had shattered the myth of Persian invincibility.
Darius left behind his family, captured by the man who defeated him. Alexander treated them not as prisoners, but as royalty. The coastal city of Tyre dared to deny Alexander entry.
Alexander answered the sea by building a road through it.
After 7 months, Tyre fell in fire and blood.
From Tyre's ashes, Alexander marched south toward Egypt.
In Egypt, Alexander was welcomed not as a conqueror, but a savior.
Along the Nile, Alexander founded a city that would bear his name forever.
Deep in the desert, Alexander sought proof of his divine destiny.
The oracle declared him the son of Zeus, ruler of all men.
With divine belief behind him, Alexander marched to face Persia one final time. At Gaugamela, Darius gathered everything Persia had left.
The battlefield exploded as steel and thunder collided. Persia relied on numbers, but Alexander relied on strategy. Once again, Darius fled, and Persia collapsed behind him.
The gates of Babylon opened without resistance to the new king of Asia. Cities of unimaginable wealth fell into Alexander's hands.
At Persepolis, Alexander stood inside the heart of the Persian Empire.
That night, Persepolis burned in flames, seen across the world.
Whether by rage or ritual, the old empire was reduced to ash. With Persia conquered, Alexander pushed his army farther east than any Greek before him.
The journey tested men with thirst, hunger, and rebellion. In the mountains of Central Asia, resistance refused to die.
Alexander answered resistance with relentless pursuit and force.
Years of war began to change the man behind the legend.
Beyond Persia lay India, a land unknown and unconquered.
There, Alexander faced armies armored with war elephants. The battle was brutal, chaotic, and unlike any before.
Victory came, but at a terrible cost. At the edge of the world, Alexander's army refused to march farther.
For the first time, Alexander listened and ordered the march home.
The return journey was deadlier than any battle.
Alexander reached Babylon at the height of his power.
He is ill. Help him up! Fetch the doctor now!
At just 32, Alexander the Great lay dying. As death approached, Alexander was asked who should rule his empire. His answer was simple, and it doomed them all. With the strongest, he said, and the room fell silent. Alexander died, and his empire died with him.
Almost instantly, his generals turned on one another. This belongs to me now, Philip's son. Stay out of Asia Minor!
But Alexander's dream lived on through culture, language, and ideas. The greatest empire on earth, shattered into rival kingdoms. But Alexander's dream lived on through culture, language, and ideas. From Egypt to India, the world was never the same again. Alexander conquered not just lands, but time itself. Great men studied his life, measuring themselves against his shadow.